Alright. So, we come to a new adventure. And we're trying some new things here. Beginning with a bit of a roleplay warm-up. And fitting for our first session, this roleplay warm-up is meant to introduce us to your characters a bit. So, I think we'll go down the order how I see everyone on the side in the Discord. So, start at the very top with Brent, work our way down, and our roleplay warm-up question is, what does your character see when they look in the mirror?
Theod sees a reminder of his mother's scorn. He has no memories of her calling him by his real full name, and she always reminded him how useless he looked, and how thoughtless her interactions were with him, which drove him to silently hone his skills so he could one day leave. When doing his favorite thing, burgling, often just out of boredom, he often will quietly catch himself catching his own eye in a silver spoon, a shiny trinket, or a mirror at a vanity as his grubby little hands search for valuables. This is why he treated his dagger until it lost its shine and became a dark, oil-stained blade that couldn't remind him of his past.
Alright, good deal. Alright, Caitlin.
When Lara looks in the mirror, she sees the obvious: the pale purple skin, dark purple hair, golden eyes, and ebony horns. But she also sees the chief chaos officer of the Batten Down garrison. She sees high scores on the tally. She sees someone who gets the job done and looks great doing it. She sees someone who likes to rock the boat because she knows her anchor will be there to provide balance. She sees power and confidence incarnate.
Okay. Ashley, you're next.
All right. Farhar would see a figure embodying joy, chaos, and madness. She would see herself as a vibrant, unpredictable performer whose appearance is as eccentric and colorful as her personality. Her eyes would be gleaming with mischief that hint at her fractured and layered psyche. But in a moment of lucidity, as her eyes kind of clear, she would see something a bit different. Her eyes would soften, revealing the remnants of her former self, which is a brilliant and thoughtful mind buried beneath that chaos. And so her reflection would mirror a woman caught between two worlds, the chaos that she wields and the wisdom that she once possessed. A restless, brilliant mind seeking balance and peace within her own fractured identity.
I'm going to jump over gnomes and go to Sam.
So Aliacho sees what she looks like. Wood elf, dark auburn hair, green eyes, tan skin. And she sees a loner who is generally more comfortable around animals than society, barring the odd trusted person here or there that she's gotten to know, coming into town often to trade before she goes back out to her cabin in the woods, essentially, where she doesn't really own a traditional mirror. So most of the time when she sees herself, it's in streams, water, a shiny thing. It's not so much in actual mirrors, so she's not used to seeing herself very clearly. And if she were to look, usually her little companion, who is a magpie named Bandit, is on her shoulder.
Oh, cutie. Alright. And I believe Gnomes is still joining us on text or for the moment. So. Alright. With that, we have ahead of us our adventure. You will set out from Waterdeep about 10 days ago, traveling here in the depths of winter. And it's been a hard job, especially now that you are coming up on the holiday season, but this job will pay well. Last night, you had spent a evening in the inn at Hillsdown. You were warned that if you wanted to reach Candlekeep before the snowstorm came, you'd have to leave quite early. So, in the pink light of pre-dawn, you set out. You rode the last of the journey, 20 miles, quite hard, on your borrowed steeds. But now, as you lead your tired horses alongside the way of the lion, this road following the narrow range of the mainland to the rocky outcrop, you see there, Candlekeep sits, and your eyes are pulled skyward. The sun rose about 2 hours ago, but it is now blanketed by this thick fog of cloud, flakes of snow starting to fall on the mud and ice of the path ahead. This signals the start of that snowstorm that you were warned of in Hillsdown. This winter has been brutal, and you see that at the base of the library's cliffs, stretches of ice. It seems that parts of the surface of the ocean itself have frozen. You start to imagine your chilled fingers warmed, wrapped around a hot flagon of the famous mulled wine of Candlekeep. And then you're at the gates of Candlekeep. These enormous black metal doors, each emblazoned with the library's golden sigil, and between two turrets that are set within the ramparts. This entire wall, the protruding turrets, they're topped with crenellations. However, they are bereft of any guards. And you would notice that both the double doors are closed. I would like everyone to roll for me a history check.
I had no business getting that result for my history check.
Alright, so Ellarine's gonna know this, and Lara's gonna know this. And then so Elatrine and Lara, this isn't right. From what you heard of Candlekeep, the doors are never fully closed like this. Even one door is left open so that way visitors can present themselves to the watchers, those who occupy the gates, appraising entrance fees that are brought to them.
This is weird. There should be people here. Don't we gotta like show a book or something to get in?
You were given a book by your patron, Magnus, before you left Waterdeep. One that he swore would get you entrance.
I'm so tempted to start
Hello?
yelling. There we go. If you weren't gonna do it, I was gonna do it.
Here for it. Yo!
As you uh, as you call out, there's no immediate response, but you would notice that there are these massive door knockers upon each door. They have icicles that hang down from the winter that has set in.
Hey, Muscles.
Dismount my horse and go over and try and operate those knockers.
Yeah. You hear the loud ringing noise of the knocker upon the metal door. It dislodges the icicles, but you wait. You wait. There's still no reply, but Eliatra would hear something.
Okay.
Ellarine would hear something. Lara would also hear something. For Harhar and Theod, the winds of the incoming snowstorm are too much. The rest of you, however, hear just over the massive wall that surrounds Candlekeep. This thing is like 50 feet high. There is chanting that you can hear. Laura, you hear these garbled words. During the Deadwinter of our discontent, something's lost. Shall be bent by love, by pride, or muffled noises. While something repent, murmurs, late relent, another's ambition feeds. The heart of the keeper, winds pick up your losing sound of warnings we shall not heed. Ever. For Elatrine and Eliatra, you hear more. I will send those your way. What you all would hear.
I think I would convey this to the group. Part of me wants to read it, part of me just wants to copy paste it so you guys can read it.
It's up to you.
I'll copy it because sometimes reading things is. Put it in there.
So as the chanting fades away, your companion here repeats the words that we were all able to hear it a little bit more clearly.
I don't know what any of that means. Are they not gonna let us in?
Would you like to try the door again? It's
I would
pretty.
like to try brute forcing the door open.
I mean, you could try.
That's what Lara would do.
All right, so Laura tries these massive doors. Laura, you're not getting much anywhere. These are fortress doors.
Lara shouts in frustration. Just not words, just like, ah!
Could I potentially make see if I know anything else about this? I don't think I actually made a history check before. I was just
Yeah, I mean, if you want to make a history check, go for it.
okay. Oh,
So as you think about these words, there's something about them that is familiar to you. And as you're thinking it over, it strikes you. This is a prophecy of the famous Alondo the Wise. Alondo's prophecies have, from what you've heard, he made hundreds of them in his lifetime, and many have been judged to have come true, even with uncanny accuracy.
do I know anything about who the trio of readers are? What's that referring to? I just know who this is by.
You recognize that this is a prophecy of Alondo.
Okay.
But I mean, hey, you're at a library. You might be able to do some research. If they let you.
Sure. I think I'd be I'd recognize the chanting and let everyone know, but be standing a little bit farther back from the group. Not like super far away, but just enough because I'm kind of like, I signed up for this for money because less fur in the winter and it's been a little bit of hard times and I need food money. So I'm just kind of like here. So,
Bandit's got
but I
expensive
want us to be
taste.
successful. You know, I want us to be successful. I want to get the job done. So I'm being helpful. I just kind of am quiet about it.
I'm gonna take my drum out and just start like a hand drum, just like beating on it to like a chanting rhythm, but not saying anything, just being annoying.
I want
Can I
you.
also do that with the knockers at the same time?
Yes, yes, you can. Um,
Elrain starts dancing. Very badly, mind you.
so as this is going on, it's maybe like 3-ish, 4-ish minutes before you don't hear the footsteps approaching, but you do hear the screech of frozen metal as a panel in the door slides open. It's only about a foot wide, eye level. And you see sharp gray eyes of some balding human about middle age. We're closed to seekers. Come back in spring. And you can see that he's going to try and close the panel again.
Can I try and stop that with my brass belaying pin? Just like lodge it in the way so he can't close it.
Yeah. So as you stop the sliding of the panel once more, the snow kicks up. It becomes heavier, thicker. You hear your horses whinny. Their complaining stomps muffled by the snow here. Um, temperature's getting worse. The conditions are getting worse. You have this guy's attention.
Hello.
Who has the
Hi.
book?
They said we are closed to seekers. What is it?
You have a book. Right? Do I have the book? Do you have the book? Who has the book? Someone's got the book. Hang on, we have a book. Somebody give me the book.
You can have the book.
Great. She'll take the book and like just hold it up to the. How high is the window thing?
I don't know, like maybe 5 feet off the ground?
Okay, so she can see it. Okay. I didn't know if it was like one of those like Emerald City things where it's like the guy like way up like
No, no.
15 feet off the ground or something. Yeah, this one. Put the book up and then slide it over a little bit so she could stare the guy in the eyes. This one. See? We were told to bring the book. We have a book, so let us in. And also, if you don't let us in, my ears are going to freeze off. So
It's cold as
then I'm going to rot
balls.
here. We don't have any of those. But if we did, they'd probably be frozen. You know, it's not important.
As you
As
say
she's
that.
doing that, I'm just. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go for it. Let's hear what you got.
I was just gonna say, as she's doing that, I'm just gonna like twiddle my braids, like my pigtails, and also add on like we're here for some dragon guy, Alchrist or something like that.
As this is going on, Theod's gonna just hop off his probably pony or something that he's riding and just start climbing the outside of the wall.
Okay,
With grumbles, just
do you recall that these walls are like 50 feet and it's middle of winter?
I gotta climb speed.
Okay,
I'm in.
alright. Cool.
I'm gonna watch him do that, and once he kind of gets up to my eye level, you know, I'm just gonna lean in and be like, "That's not gonna work, guy."
Easy.
I don't think they're gonna be happy if you climb up over the top of the wall like that.
Theod ignores that and just keeps going.
Cool.
I'm just gonna shake my head long-sufferingly and let you go.
So as Theod's climbing, and we'll see how that fares, this figure behind, frustrated, he'll take the book that has been offered by Ellerine and be wait here. And he won't try and close the panel again because of the belaying pin, but he does move. He leaves this post, and you can see that he's walking towards the actual library beyond the fortress walls.
Okay, but not till spring, okay? Like tonight, maybe? Today, soon, maybe? Yes? Oh, he's walking away. Okay.
I want an athletics check from Theod, because while you do have a climb speed, these are not ideal conditions.
An even 10.
And even you get about halfway up the wall before your this is a very, I'd like to say, sleek wall. There's not a lot of handholds. It's icy, so as you're trying to get up, you just don't find purchase as you reach and you slip. And that's 20 feet up. Well, 25, but
Could I try to catch him since I was already standing kind of
yeah.
right there?
I'll give me a dexterity save to see if you catch Theod.
Okay.
You just hear, ah!
All right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then you're able to catch Theod, which means that Theod, you will not take the full amount of falling damage. Instead, the both of you will only take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the velocity of impact on catch.
I'm just gonna raise my eyebrow at you and be like, "Told you." What are you doing?
Yeah, he's gonna take just a second to recover to just figure out what actually happened. He's just gonna look at him. Thanks. And then he's gonna kind of waddle down and just kind of waddle back to his pony.
I'm just gonna awkwardly drop you. Be like, "Leave."
That's,
Not leave,
yeah.
but walk away.
A few minutes go by. A few minutes turns to a few minutes more. You know that you've given your entrance fee, but I will say for Lara and Elatrine, who had known about Candlekeep from their previous history, a wait like this could mean that they're checking to see if the book you've brought is actually a serviceable entrance fee. You don't know how much longer it would take them.
Can I use thaumaturgy and use a booming voice to just be like, "We're starting to get cold"?
You can. You hear it echo.
How big is that little window that's open still?
Only a foot.
Pretty small.
If we're getting cold, I can light a fire with a cantrip. Well, campfire while we wait. We just have to have something to burn. Some wood.
Well, we just handed over a book. I bet you that would have burned.
I think that would have been counterproductive to our task.
Not if we're trying to keep warm.
Are there trees around? Could I light us a couple torches?
There are no trees around, but you might have torches in your pouch.
I have torches.
Yeah. Okay.
How
I can
many
light
do you
us.
want?
Well, I don't want to use them all up, but we can light a couple. I don't know how many you have. Just
I
one?
have 10.
Okay. Light.
We can each have one.
We each have one. I have Druidcraft, so I can light us all torches for free.
I can make them go very large with thaumaturgy.
We all have flamethrowers now.
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to tell if these types of doors are the kind that have like the bar that goes down.
Most definitely,
On the
these
other side.
are very reinforced doors.
Is there any gap between the doors?
The only gap you've seen is that sort of sliding situation there. But as the time ticks further, um, besides, dreaming of mulled wine and making fires, is there anything that anyone will be doing?
But I
I'm just. Go
good.
ahead. I was just saying, I was just going to be messing with the flames, just making them go big and then small and then big and then small.
Again, just kind of raising my eyebrow at you, like mildly amused, but also not super into it. Like, all right. Can I maybe walk back a little ways, like back, 20 feet or so, look up and around, see if I notice anything else?
Yeah, as you walk back and start looking around, it's very strange. The thing that you really notice is the lack of guards. A place like this should be guarded. It has all these turrets, these areas that guards would patrol, and nothing.
Mm. Do the places where the guards would normally stand look normal? Like, does the
Yeah.
outside of the...
You're
I
not.
think I've been here before. But,
Yeah. Nothing here nothing structurally seems out of place.
Okay.
Though I will say, as time passes forward, we get to about an hour outside in these worried conditions, and I want everyone to make me Constitution saving throws against the cold.
Do our torches grant any sort of benefit?
I will take your torches into consideration. Okay. Cool. It is unfortunately, even with the benefit of the torch, Heliacha, Atra, you gain one level of exhaustion as the cold sinks into your bones. But as this happens and the rest of you are able to shake off, you hear the sounds of footsteps, not just a single person. You hear voices chatting orders, and then the sound of a bar sliding out of place on doors, and one of the doors opening. And in front of you is a figure of emerald scales. This dragonborn is dressed in a crimson cassock, this heavy dun cloak over her with her arms crossed. There are black and yellow eyes fixed upon you, this creamy color to her gullet, as you would notice that even under all of her layers, for a dragonborn, she is quite slight. but she's still at least 6 feet tall. Um, Somewhere perhaps between 50 and 60 years, as she gives perhaps not the most warm smile. Welcome, seekers, to Candlekeep. Sadly, you join us in bleak times, as she sort of welcomes you forward. I'm sorry that you had to wait quite so long, but there's been a tragedy here.
Well, there's going to be another tragedy if we don't get out of here first. All right.
What was that, Sam?
Can we talk about the tragedy inside? I'm like shivering. I'm really cold.
Well, yes. Let us get you into the court and your horses, of course, to the stables, and perhaps getting you into the house so you can warm up. And so as you were brought upon a lift to bring you to the Court of Air, you would notice that there's another figure waiting for you. A young man, tanned skin, dark curly hair, also bundled up, and he's shivering, but sees you. I'll smile. This is Fembris Lawlancer, but we'll make more in-depth introductions within the hearth. So, with a quick trip to the stables, getting your horses set in there, you find yourselves coming into the hearth, and you'll actually be getting, as you step in, of course, immediately you are hit with warmth, and the fact that this place is larger on the inside than it is on the outside. You don't have much time to look around here for, with a quick nod to the barkeep, the dragonborn woman brings you to a door that, from what you had seen outside, doesn't lead anywhere. But as she opens it, you see a private conference room. And as we are able to sit in the warm, private room here in the heart, the woman looks to you all. I am Bookworm. I am the first reader, and I'm unfortunate to say we are closed to seekers. Well, perhaps you may be able to help us, in which case I am more than willing to work out the agreement for your stay here, food, boarding, and perhaps even a book upon your leave.
You said your name was Bookworm?
is correct. Which means that I can now add that to the important names and faces. As well as this one. Fembris is also there with you, this young boy, no more than 18.
I'm just gonna look at her and say, "Oh my gosh, you're so pretty. Look at your scales. I love them. But we're here to see somebody named Alchrist. Do you know him?"
Yes, he is my nephew, but such business, I believe, will have to wait. The tragedy that befell us is one of very high standing. You see, the Keeper of Tomes, the leader of our organization here at Candlekeep, has been found murdered this morning. The body was mutilated in a way most cruel, and so needing to figure out what has happened. Well, as I say, we are looking for assistance, and perhaps you all would be best suited in doing so. I'm sure that providing you're able to help us, you may attend to your own duties as well. Otherwise, we'll only keep you until the storm passes.
Sure.
I'm not going back out in that, so yeah, why not?
I heard free room and board, so I got no complaints.
Yeah, I just want to get done and go home, so if it helps, then sure.
Better than freezing.
I like murder and I like mutilation. Can I see the body, please? I would
I
love
get
to
some
help.
side eye from Fiat.
Yeah, I too. I'm giving some.
Well, I will have to alert the others that you have accepted such an offer. Make sure that you are given, of course, notice around that you are investigators here, but do report to the chapter house of Exaltation at midday. Until then, Fembris will be able to see you. He will be your adjutant during your time here. You may ask of him any questions you might have. Do feel free to settle in, and we will see each other shortly. And then with that, Bookworm will sort of stand, give a nod of farewell before setting out on her way. But Fembris is still there. He's sort of rubbing his hands together, blowing into them. But anytime he sees you all, he gives this really bright smile.
Hi, I'm Ellerine.
Fembris, I'm excited to be meeting you guys. I don't get a lot of opportunities to be an adjutant, but I do love it when I can.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So you've been here long? Did you grow up here? Where are you from? A family here? Is any nearby? Seeing anyone? Ignore that last question.
I don't have family, though there are people that have my affections. And no, I mean, like, I grew up, a few towns over, but I mean, I've been here for the last 3-ish years. You start to lose time as you go through the processes of, your acolytes and, rising the ranks of the avowed. Yeah, it's really great.
Oh,
Fembris,
sure. Yeah, the first. Go ahead.
Fembris is the green dragonborn, right?
No, Fembris is the young boy. If you look
Okay, the
in,
green dragonborn was Bookworm.
yeah, the green bag
Okay.
dragonborn is Bookworm. I've got a thread that's got all the important names and faces.
Oh, I did not see that. Okay.
Yeah, I got a
Oh, it's
little buried.
Bookworm WYRM. Okay, I'm so sorry.
And sorry, you're agitating?
Yeah, like in adjutant, like I'm sort of the middleman. Like I know the things that like I can tell you all about like the rules to Candlekeep since you're gonna be here for a bit. And like I know all the places that you're gonna go, but like most people are kind of kept to the sort of port of air. But I think you're gonna be a special exception because the murder.
Ellie, bat your eyelids like this.
Sure, okay. Why did I do that?
No. I was talking to Ella Reindeer.
Oh.
Oh, but and she kind of flutters her eyes a little bit. Am I doing it right?
We'll work on it.
Okay. At 100 years in the temple service, didn't really do a whole lot for, this kind of interaction. So it's fine. It's. You seem very nice, and I'm very excited to see all the places here. Probably no good places to hide too, huh?
Fembris, can we see the body, please?
Well, like that's the thing is that Bookworm has to go talk to the other readers about everything because like there was already an investigation going on, but you guys are coming in, and so there was a whole council meeting. But Bookworm really wanted to meet you guys, and so she's got to go back to the council meeting and tell them that you have accepted the offer. So that's why we're going to go there at noon. I know it's a lot
We just see the body
convoluted.
now, though.
Well, no, because you haven't like you got like you have to
I mean, the
get.
fresher the better, right?
Well,
We
yeah,
don't want evidence being disturbed.
it's not going to be disturbed. There's guards on it. Like we've got watchers that are kind of making sure no one goes in there.
All right.
One of the words that was said would kind of pique Theod's interest. He'd kind of waddle over, just kind of look up. Rules?
Yeah, there's rules to the Candlekeep. Um, do you know them? Do you need me to tell you them?
Yes, tell us the rules.
All right, so the so there's the orders of accordance. That's the rules here. There's no fighting, like at all. You have to, if there's an argument, it's got to be like cordial debate, discussions, and no violence. You can't steal anything that's not just the library books. Like you don't take anything. And you can't copy the books. You can take notes, but if you want a full copy, you have to get the manuscript made at the house of the binder. And you can't damage, mark, or modify the works of the library.
Sacred books. Got it.
I'm gonna message Theon. So you're gonna I'm just gonna be like, don't you dare steal anything.
Theod's his proportions are weird, so he always kind of has a little bit of hunch to him. That's kind of why he waddles around, and he kind of straightens up a little bit. And you'll hear, "Me? No." That's it.
Lara is not really paying attention to these rules. She's looking wildly around the room for anyone that looks like they can serve her a drink of anything.
In this room, there is no one but yourselves. You had passed by a barkeep on the other side of the door, but this is a private conference hall that Bookworm had opened up for you all.
And there's no service in this room. This place is the worst.
Yeah, come on. Get something to drink, right? Go. We just get something to drink,
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can hit Brigan that's out there. You know, he's the barkeep. Yeah, we've got
Right,
more
we can
wine.
leave.
I mean, like, we were here because I'm sorry, I don't know your name. As Fembris looks to Eliatra.
Eliatra.
Eliatra, sorry.
Right.
Eliatra.
I was also telling him.
Yeah. You were cold, and Bookworm wanted to talk to you guys, but you wanted to be inside, and we didn't want you guys to get frostbite. But yeah, we could, if you want drinks, we can go.
Yeah, I could use some alcohol.
Hey.
That always warms you up.
Yeah.
All right, so door opens, you step out, and the door behind you, the room, disappears as you step out. But
That's normal.
I don't even think Lara notices. Just beeline for whoever can help her right now.
so, here in the hearth, we'll bring you guys out. And you guys kind of step out of the door in the side here. And you would notice in the corner there is an ogre. He has a book in front of him. He sits quietly, just reading. He's dressed for the cold, but of course there is the bar. Brian's there, this barkeep, and there's the fire in the middle of the hearth, getting the namesake, the warmth that surrounds everything. And as Fembris walks over ahead of you all to talk to Brian, you can hear him. He's not trying to be quiet. So these guys, the Bookworm's going to be taking care of food and board, it seems. So, you don't have to charge them nothing.
Hell yeah.
I hear that. I'm like, great, opportunity for something I normally have to pay for. So I walk over and ask for some mulled wine.
Easily you get this mulled wine. It's served in this flagon that you can wrap your hands around, particularly you, Eliatra. It's really nice. That chill that it's sunk into you starts to melt away. And anyone else who wants to partake in the mulled wine, you're welcome to do so. It's a it's a nice deep red, and it's enhanced by these different spices. And there's something about it that just, maybe it's the cold outside, maybe it's a Candlekeep secret recipe, but it is exquisite at this moment.
I assume I'm still exhausted.
At least for now. I will say, you guys will be able to take a short rest, and I will let your exhaustion go away on that short rest.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go over to. You said it was an ogre?
Yes.
Yes. And just be like, excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, yes.
What you reading?
This. Oh. It's a book known as The Blood Bowl.
Is it like a recipe book?
No, this one is it seems, fictional accounting of a gladiator and his overcoming of triumph and succumbing to obstacles.
Really good.
I've enjoyed it so far, but I am not yet to the end.
I see. Are you gonna be upset if I play the harp?
No.
Okay, thanks. And I'm just gonna go stand on a table and just start playing the harp. No words or anything, just the harp.
And he goes back to reading. He's totally okay with this.
I'm gonna ask Bragan if he knows anything about the murder that happened.
Can't say I know too much about the actual event. Just that it's got all the readers in a tizzy of sorts.
What are I remember the chant that we heard. What are readers?
There's the sort of high-sitting peoples of Candlekeep. You've got, when it comes to the avowed, all the people that, actually take their vows into the library itself, not just us people out here in the court. You've got your acolytes, you've got your sort of standard avowed figures. And then you've got the readers. There's master readers. Those are your general figures above the acolytes. You've got your great readers. Those are the next up. Those are a council of age. And then first reader, who is the second hand to the keeper of tomes. And then there's chanters. They are technically readers, but quite separate.
And the Keeper of Tomes? What's that?
He's the very top. It was just was found murdered.
All right, well, I'm just gonna swig some models. I'm asking not because I particularly care, but because this is useful information to get back home.
You know Ellarine's not gonna ask.
She's a pretty good reader. She's just sitting here thinking, I'm a pretty great reader.
Laura,
You
you want
read
to arm
books.
wrestle?
I couldn't hear.
Oh.
I think there was a question directed at me.
Yeah, I said, do you want to arm wrestle? I'm trying to be friendly, and that's like the only way I know how.
I mean, always down to arm wrestle.
I will say an arm wrestle is a contested athletics check.
I feel this is going to go poorly for me.
Remember, Leotra, you still have your exhaustion currently, so that's going to be a down 2, so 13 to
Yeah.
23. Lara wins.
Yeah. I try not to look too embarrassed.
Hey, do you think I could get that guy in the corner to arm wrestle with me? She'll kind of nod her head over in the direction of little one.
Well, you beat me pretty easily, and I'm trying to act like that would be a hard thing to do, even though it's really not. I'm not very strong, and I'm very tired. So I'm like, yeah, sure, ask him.
All right. She downs the rest of her mulled wine, and she'll go over to little one.
As you step, little one sort of looks up from the book.
Hey, I'm Lara.
One little one.
Lara will ask what he's reading, but we don't have to go through that again because we said it already. But she enjoys reading too, so she'll ask to make conversation so it isn't just a request out of the blue. You look like someone who would be really fun to arm wrestle.
It seems violent.
It's just for fun.
Violence isn't fun for little one.
Okay, that's new to me. Friendly competition has always been fun for me. But we don't have to. I just thought I would tell you you look like someone who would be fun to arm wrestle.
We'll appreciate the compliment. You are welcome to sit and we can quietly read together.
Oh man, I don't have a book on me. But thank you for the offer.
So, as the hour goes by, and exhaustion fades away, and as noon approaches, Fembris will begin to lead you all out. And as you're leaving, do you pass by the stables again, where you notice a figure, a monk, sort of moving out of the way quickly, almost running into your group. You see scholar's robes, heavy slate-colored cloak, this dark-skinned male, and just sort of gives a nod to you all as he continues on his way.
Can we tell
Even
where
like
he's
full
headed?
on.
Two people were talking. I think I heard Sam first. Or was it Ashley?
I didn't say anything.
It was Ashley.
Or it might have been me. I said, can we tell where he's going?
He's keeping to the Court of Air, this open space court, to another building nearby, but you don't know what building it is, but you see where he kind of heads towards. And then what was the going?
Did he like full on run into anyone, or is he just like nearby us?
No, he was nearby. Like, he noticed you before impact was made and, course corrected.
How close did he get?
Uh, just a couple feet.
When he altered course, I'd be like, "Hey, watch it!" And I would like to use my stink eye feature.
Okay.
He needs to make a Christmas saving throw. The DC is 10.
Yeah, he makes it.
Yeah. I'm still giving him a stink eye, but nothing happened.
Okay. So, as the snowstorm is in full swing, as Fembris is leading you through the court of air towards this emerald door. And your visibility is reduced. It's hard enough to see at 30 feet away from you. Beyond 60, not at all. The only reason you're able to see this door that you are being led to is because of the bright green light that sort of pushes past the white haze. And when you get to the door itself, you would see that there is a guard here, purple robes. She's got this dusky skin between a brown and a lilac color. Scar across her upper lip. And I need to know if anyone has any heavy armor on. I don't believe so. And then does anyone have a two-handed weapon that's on them?
I do.
The Watcher holds a hand in front of you. Can't let that in.
That's my baby. It is the grand finale to all of my performance.
It's a safety hazard is what it is. And it breaks the rules.
Which rules? I'm not fighting.
Something like that could break the rules.
Something like anything could break the rules.
I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
All right, here we go. Yes.
You
29.
You see she sort of lets out a sigh, mutters something beneath her breath. Fine. But if I hear anything about a grand finale to performances causing any sort of ruckus, Gatewarden will hear me.
course. And I'll invite you to my next show too.
I'm looking.
He's gonna not mention my longbow and just assume that this applies to me as well until proven otherwise.
I want you to roll either stealth or deception.
Oh, 100% I'm rolling stealth. Hold on. Before I do that, I'm gonna cast enhance ability on myself
Now,
for dexterity.
does that have a verbal or somatic?
Oh, it does have a verbal component. Yeah, no. Okay.
All right. He would know that. She would know that you're casting a spell in that case.
Can I not do that then, or do I have to? Because I already said
It's
that.
if you want to do it, just know that she will know that you are casting a spell.
Okay. I won't. I have pretty good stealth. I'll just hope that I don't roll badly. Famous last words. Okay.
All right, I'll keep your 16 in mind as all this is going on. So, with that, she sort of most of her attention focused on Har here. She does seem to either not notice the longbow or choose to ignore it in this case, as she'll take her staff and tap on the green stone, which begins to fade away. Total transparency, and then gone, it seems. And Fembris, very excitedly, when it does that, come on.
I'm gonna shuffle past that lady real quick, sort of angling my body so she doesn't see my back.
Adopt a hunch like that.
Ellarine's gonna give her like a really dopey salute as she goes by.
Theod doesn't like all these magic doors.
So,
I'm gonna go last and just be like, "Thanks, sweetie," and wink.
as you do that, like, very quickly is the tap of the staff to bring the doors back happening.
I think she likes you.
I do too.
So, welcome to the Great Library, as Fembris is leading you to a staircase that climbs up to the ramparts that would lead you into the inner ward. You know, Seekers, like I said, they're almost never permitted this far, but, you know, you guys are different. I mean, wow. Bet you guys feel lucky. I know I would.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As you are led by Fembris through Candlekeep, I think we're going to take our mid-session break here and come back in a few minutes to see what happens next. Fembris, with his introduction to the Great Library, leads you up a flight of stairs, feeling each step carefully through the blanket of fresh snow, swallowing Candlekeep white. You stand here, the shadow of mighty exaltation, as he guides you around to the northern side of the bastion. And he points out these buildings of interest as you go. You see that curious blue stack of globes? Oh, well, that's the Astronomicon. Everything we know about the stars, it can be found there. And look, you see that glint of gold under the snow? That's the Whispering Dome, part of the Hall of Momentous Deeds. You can hear the words of heroes' paths and be inspired. Oh, and that building, what's that you say? Well, that's the Draconicos. It's made from the scales and bones of the ancient red dragon, Fearing Tenamar. Anything you need to know about fire and lightning-breathing lizards, you'll find it there. And you can even test your metal in the Dragon Breath simulation chamber. but I wouldn't advise it. One member of the Avowed died when they tried it. Oh, now you need permission from the Keeper to use it. And here we are. And at this point, you have been brought to one of the impressive bronze doors of the bastion, left ajar for the coming and going of many avowed who reside here. And there's another purple-robed watcher guarding the door here, but you are let in without any comment. And from here, it's more walking, traversing high-ceilinged walls that, or halls that lead you to tapestry-covered corridors. There are many a staircase decorated with busts and oil paintings of stern-faced, long-dead sages, and then the aching legs arrive at the chapter house. There's a moon elf standing guard outside, almost ready to motion for you to halt before Fembris speaks up. We've been summoned by the first reader. Well, they've been summoned by the first reader. I'm their adjutant.
Yeah, we're with him. We're not with him, but we're with him.
The moon elf sits there for a second before sort of stepping aside, letting you in. And you see, as you step inside, the chapter house. This room, it's got this distinctive rose window. It allows natural light to stream in, though there's not much of it here in this snowstorm. There's a dodecagonal table. You see it has place for the Keeper of Tomes, the First Reader, the 8 Great Readers, the Gate Warden, the Lore Keeper. There's a whole council room here. There are benches for parties to be summoned to sit in for the council, but it is mostly empty right now. But mostly empty does not mean it is calm. When you step in, it is a state of uproar. You hear several statements going on. We must have the vote and restore leadership to Candlekeep. A tall and handsome human male, this very smooth, dark skin and beard. We must determine if Genasi named a successor. This halfling with glasses and updo speaks. We must first find the murderer. A slender female human, hair dark and streaked with gray, heavy wrinkles around her eyes. Where is the gate warden with his report? You see this older wizard, long beard and hair, and you can see that as he looks around, his gaze is very shrewd, not just at his colleagues, but over you. The gate warden needs to be dismissed with immediate effect. This happened on his watch. You see this formidably sized bronze dragonborn, his hefty frame cloaked in this tailored and bejeweled robe. Let's be calm ourselves. This is Bookworm. She, in this moment, looks very shaken and weary. Why isn't Silvira Savakis here? Says this human sage, very sour face upon him, hair greasy where it's slicked back. And then his eyes fall upon you. And who in the furnace are these guys? You can see that his eyes are bloodshot.
Rest, that's you. Shh. He nudges him a little
I'm
bit.
not. Oh, go ahead.
So she's just like nudging Fenris a little bit, like, announce us, come on, do your job. Smiles.
I'm gonna up and be like, I'm not from Avernus, but I did go to the College of the Nether Song.
Oh no, I can't think your guys' name. I can't really announce you all.
It's the group that's investigating the murder. Okay, fine, I'll do it. We're the group that's investigating the murder. It's okay, I'm gonna get your job later if you don't watch it.
This
Jeez,
causes
relax.
this causes an uproar as
good.
some of the figures are, arguing why are they coming involved, and Bookworm's trying to, talk to the merits of having Yule as investigators. The other Dragonborn, the Bronze Dragonborn, also is voicing favor for this. And then it's a back and forth kind of situation here. And we're going to put in some more people.
I do this. Ellerine will lean over to Har and be like, see? Hullabaloo.
You did so great. Now what are we gonna do about this cute boy?
Well, we'll see. It's a little shaky there. I mean, if you can't stand up and announce the group, I don't know. We'll see.
That's fair. We'll work with him. We'll work with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to speak up and say, wouldn't it make sense to have outside people help investigate since we weren't here when it happened?
And Bookworm sort of like, again, the weariness in her eyes, she sort of smiles. See, our seekers here see the wisdom as well. And I believe I am not alone in seeing their arrival on this very tragic Deadwinter day, fateful in some respects. We must consider the strong possibility that the murderer of our beloved colleague walks among us. I believe the best course of action is to delegate the responsibility of the murder investigation to the seekers the gods have sent us.
I just kind of awkwardly give a thumbs up.
All right, but don't tell Artem he's a god, because that's just going to go right to his head, and it's bad enough already.
At this point, the doors open once more, and a figure strides in. This tall, almost imposing figure. In robes and neatly trimmed white beard. Okay, there it is. But before he can speak, as he walks past your group, almost to the center of the room, ready to address the full council. But before he can speak, Bookworm turns away from you and says, "Thank you, Kalan. But given your own troubled relationship with the Keeper of Tomes and the need for an impartial investigation, this council has decided to relieve you from the case and appoint a body of independent investigators." She motions to your group. "Please focus on securing our defenses and ensuring no other creature enters or leaves Candlekeep."
What was the name again?
Kalan. And I'm about to post his
Cool.
picture.
Okay.
Gotta thank Pinterest last night. Pinterest and fan artists. But you would notice that he is a little shocked at this, but does not put up any sort of argument, but he does give a very curt bow, turns heel, and storms off. You can hear the click of his boots on the stone floor.
See
Can
the
I
Dark Warden?
nudge? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I nudge Fembers and be like,
That's the gate warden. Head of security.
What was the name for the gate warden?
Kalan is what you heard.
Thank you.
At this point, with you all, it seems, under the decree of the first reader, the official investigators of this case, the rest of the council is dismissed. And as the figures are started petering off, Bookworm steps up to you. I wish I had had that handled before you all arrived, but, well, let us get your investigation underway officially. And the murder happened in Genesi's private chambers up at the top of the Keeper's Tower.
We'll lead on.
And so Bookworm, alongside Fembris, sort of bring you to towards the scene of the crime. So, I'm fortunate that was your first impressions of the council, but it seems that you are getting some of the worst experience we could offer a seeker. I hope that that has not tarnished your impressions fully.
I've seen worse.
Yeah, no, they're good.
It's fine.
I'm remiss to bring this up, as it may seem like I'm attempting to gossip, but Kalan, our gate warden, I would feel worse if you would not know this information. Kalan, it seems, is losing some of his mental faculties, becoming negligent in his work. I believe he's been rather disturbed as of late. He was supposed to tender to his resignation, Genesi's words, but this tragedy befell us before that could. But I just want you to be aware during your investigations.
You said they didn't get along. What did you mean?
I believe it was just a resentment of the keeper, Genesi, trying to maintain a quality of staffing. Though I don't wish to prejudice your investigation. I'm sure that when you examine the evidence, you'll be able to discover the truth. The safety of Candlekeep is depending on you now.
All right.
The walk isn't long, just long enough for this conversation. When you pass or when you get to the easternmost spire, the Keeper's Tower of Exaltation, you are led up the spiraling staircase, ringing around the tower. You pass a reception chamber on one floor, a shrine of Ogma on the next, and as you come to the third, there is this large apartment. And passing by, you notice the door is ajar. And Ellarine and Eliatra, the two of you would notice through that sliver of an opening, the two of you catch sight of this very small elderly gnome as she sort of toddles about before you guys all come to the door of the keeper's chambers. just steps ahead of these doors, you would notice a gray cat sleeping in the middle of the stairways. Bookworm is, without even like a thought, like careful to move around the cat.
Well, I want to ask the cat some questions.
Sure.
I'm gonna crouch down, not touch the cat, and just be like, "Hey," see if it wakes up.
As soon as you're crouching down, like the eyes are open. She's not moved, but big yellow eyes staring at you.
Okay. I'm gonna give a slow blink and cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. You've casted Speak with Animals upon yourself.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Elytra. I'm like way more normal with animals than I am with people.
I didn't order any more ticklers, and good tickles are the only good reason for disturbing my beauty sleep.
Would you like that?
She looks at you. Her eyes narrow a bit. Are you a good tickler?
I hope so. I think so. I'm gonna just like hold out my hand, fingers at the ready.
Perhaps you might be a better tickler than the feeding lady. She sniffs your hand.
I'll go in for a tickle, I guess.
I want you to roll me an animal handling check.
Oh, yeah.
She will like full on like sort of body into the scritches that you're giving, to the point where
Yeah.
she sort of like turns over, belly up.
Hell yeah. And I'm saying we're about to go in and try to find out what happened in there, but if you're okay with it, maybe I'd like to ask you some questions, if you're open to answering some, once we sort of find out what's going on.
Well, as long as you can figure out why there's such a ruckus in the napping chamber, perhaps I'll humor your questions. You are
Thank you.
a better tickler than some others. And your meows
Well,
aren't
I'm gonna go.
gibberish.
I think it probably makes sense for us to go in and look at the body and find out, and then maybe I can come back and talk to the cat again.
Of course.
As opposed to trying to ask questions now. I mean, it's active for 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
you know.
You'll I mean, what else are spell slots for except to talk to animals, right?
I mean, now that I can talk, I'm about to fucking cast enhance ability for intelligence to investigation.
So, as you sort of stand up, Bookworm sort of looks back to you, and it's, well, Queenie seems to have taken a liking to you.
He's very sweet. Dignified. I'll look down at her when I say dignified.
She just flicks her tail as she, like, sort of settles back into the middle of the stairs. But, at the door to Genosi's chambers, you would see that there is a solemn-faced watcher, red hair, guarding the door, but without question sort of defers to Bookworm, and Bookworm will Tadric, I'm letting you know that Kalon has been relieved from the investigations. Our seekers present here will be taking over. She thinks this is Tadric. As she sort of makes the introduction, she sort of steps back. Please proceed forward. The crime scene is inside. Make your investigations and report to me as soon as you can. Do not remove anything from the room. What would you like to do?
Gonna walk in and sort of stop just inside the door. See if I notice anything right off the bat.
Alright. We'll come to that in a second. Is anyone else following into the quarters? Into the chambers?
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
in as well.
Yacht's waddling in.
Alright. You enter this very spacious circular chamber. It's ringed by a dozen lancet windows that fill the room with this natural light, though it is made hazy by the sort of thin fume of tobacco on the glass. Lying on the ground near the foot of the chamber's elegant mahogany desk in the center of the room is the corpse of a human man around 70 years. His vacant eyes are fixed on the ceiling. His splendid flowing white robes are extremely bloodied around the torso. A closer look reveals that his rib cage has been caved in. There's this gaping hollow in his chest. The rest of the chamber is in some disorder. There's a chair that has been toppled over near the desk. The desk itself is neatly arranged with a single book lying open in the center next to a pile of books on the left and a stack of notes on the right. But the extinguished candles of a candelabra have burned down to their stubs, leaving a waxy mess below them. An ink pot has been spilled. On the other side of the room, to the desk, a marble statue and its pedestal lie on the ground. A safety box lies open. Several blue gemstones appear to have been scattered on the floor, and in front of the safe, along with several empty pouches. A wooden set of stairs lead up to the second floor. As soon as you enter into the chamber and see this, Fembris takes one look at the keeper's mutilated body before covering his mouth, turning around, and you can hear the sound of retching. And as soon as he sort of coughs, he's like, I'm just gonna wait out here. And
Yeah, you do that.
you would notice sort of Tadric now standing in the doorway, sort of watching over.
So now would be the time to enhance ability on myself for intelligence. So
If
I
you'd
get
like
advantage
to.
on intelligence roll.
Yeah, 100%.
We start doing things.
Yeah. What things are we doing?
I would love to take a closer look I don't want to touch it, obviously, but I'll take a closer look at the wound to see if I can determine how it was made, considering I fight with anything and everything, and maybe I've done this to someone before. Who knows?
Okay.
Ellery will do that too. She's pretty good with medicine, so.
Anyone looking over the body may make a medicine check and an investigation check. Or one of the other.
Both.
You can make both,
Or
you can
one.
make one. It's up to you. Whatever you want to roll. More dice, the merrier.
Is there a way to give myself advantage, or do I just roll twice?
On D&D Beyond, if you're on mobile, it's a long press. If you are on computer, it's right click.
Oh, okay. I see that. Okay.
It was on
What-
a really high number for a million years and then flipped over to absolute balls at the last second.
Alright.
Both of mine are two.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Let's make notes.
Oh wait, did that not?
If you're doing the advantage disadvantage, you have to make sure you hit the roll from that screen that pops up, or else it doesn't
Oh,
go
okay.
through. You're good. It's a learning curve.
Feature, but now just the second roll and I don't.
Yeah,
Okay, it's lower anyway. So okay, sorry.
you're good.
I've never used D&D Beyond before, so.
Okay. Can I say that it's great that you guys all have different letters at the start of your character names?
You're welcome.
We did that just for you.
I
Somehow.
appreciate it. All right. All right, cool. I've got everyone's numbers, people. Farhar, with your medicine check, as you look over the body, you would notice, of course, the keeper's heart is missing, but no other organs are. For Theod, Lara, and Ellerine, of course, you guys notice the heart is missing as well, but you would see that the keeper's rib cage was smashed by what appears to be an axe or something similar, using several precise blows, all very close to one another, and there's else something strange. The Keeper of Tomes' vestments are covered in blood and crewel, but the mess is surprisingly localized around the wound. One would expect spurting jets of blood to have covered not only more of his robes, but also more of the room. And that's where Eliatra would notice something different as well. The victim's nose is fractured and bruised. And
Can I look at that more closely and see if there's anything else you can see about his nose, or that's it?
That's all you can see about the nose, but Elytra, you would notice something else too with a 21 on your investigation. As you peer closer to the face, trying to get, a better look at the nose, Janussi's eyes are reddened, tear glands very swollen. There are faint tear tracks. This indicates that the victim cried copiously before death.
Okay. I point this out to everyone.
I'm gonna plop down and get out some burning incense and spend the next 10 minutes casting Speak with Dead.
Okay.
Guess while you do that, I want to look at the gems that fell on the ground, that scattered.
Okay. As you are looking towards the gems, you see they are this bright blue color, sapphires, you think. There are these rolled up scraps of parchment as well, empty drawstring pouches. Most of them have been opened. Roll me an
The
Arcana
scraps,
check.
are they like...
Mm-hmm.
I would also get an advantage on that because of...
Yeah.
So... Still a new grade.
I don't quite know what to make of this here, but gems can be used in all sorts of arcane rituals.
You said there's scraps of parchment, like it was torn up, or like little pieces?
There are little pieces, like as you go to look at them, you would see that there's writing on them. Most seem to be titles of tomes, though you see on one there is Ring of Protection, on the other, Eyes of Minute Seeing.
Okay.
So
So they're like something, they were labeling things.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check as you're doing this. $22. Lovely. It's almost unconscious as you're like looking at the papers, looking at the sapphires, and the pouches. But you realize that out of everything that's here, there is one less sapphire and one less scrap of paper, parchment than there are pouches.
So, okay. So it seems like maybe somebody was looking for one specific thing. They were rooting through all this, found the one thing they wanted, and then left the rest of it.
That would be accurate.
Okay. I think that would take me 10 minutes, to look through all that.
As we go back to Har casting the spell, as you try to call upon the remnants of Jimothy's spirit to speak with the figure itself, there is no response. The spell fails.
Does it seem like that's because maybe somebody already cast Speak with Dead on this corpse, or would we not?
Does Eliatran know the spells?
Probably wouldn't know that. Yeah,
um,
wouldn't know that.
I would know. Har, who knows the spell, would know that if someone else had cast it recently, it would not work.
And who's still in the room? Is it just Book and is it Tedric?
Tadric, yeah, he's the only one that's in the room. Because Fembris got sick and was like, I'm just gonna wait out here. And Bookworm didn't stay very long after bringing you to the crime scene. She had other things to attend.
Can I look at Tadric and say, did somebody already try to talk to him?
Not that I know of.
I don't think I believe you. Insight check.
All right. It's
10.
well, I roll your insight checks, remember?
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yes.
I've got
I
your
forgot.
modifier right here. As you're looking at Tadric, Kurt, as he may be, is not giving you any signs of deception here. He might just be, a little bit more obstinate.
I can always go back and ask the cat who's been in here. But I feel like I want to investigate more before we go do that.
I'm just going to pout because, you guys, it didn't work. And I ruined some really good incense in the process. And that makes me sad.
It smelled nice.
Thanks, Ellie.
You're welcome. Ellery looked through the books and papers on the desk.
Okay, over at the desk. As you're looking at the books that are piled up, there's all sorts of different topics. You see among the titles, The Secret History of Mistra by Ithazar, an encyclopedia of elven etymology by Meryl Irvine, and The Endless War Between the Githyanki and the Githrazai by Vizier Ang. Of course, in the middle of the desk, a spellbook entitled The Discoveries by Esteban of the Gleaming Cloud Citadel, which is what lies open. And behind this book is that 7-armed bronze candelabra, all of the candles burned to the stoves. Right next to the Discoveries is a single leaf of papyrus. It has the book's titles written in common, and under which you see notes written in a different language that you may or may not know. I just have to do some DM snooping real quick. I love having my cut. Makes the snooping go easy. You do not recognize the language that is written underneath the title.
What languages do you know?
Dwarvish and Elvish.
Mm.
Is the book open to any particular page?
I mean, yes, it's open to a spell. Are you a wizard?
What spell? No.
And you don't know. Gotta be a wizard to be able to read wizard spells.
Hmm.
Um,
Hold on. I think I know something.
She's proficient in Arcana, but she's not a wizard.
Can I just peek over Ellie's head and I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages?
okay.
Very useful spells.
Do recall that comprehend languages to read a language that you are not familiar with, you have to be in contact with it. Unless they changed that in the new one. I do believe you have to touch.
Confusion. Pinch of salt. Touching the surfaces on which the words are written. Yes, you're correct. Did they say we couldn't touch? Was that one of the rules? Can I touch it?
They didn't take anything out or move anything.
I'm just gonna
I think they said
put my finger on it and look away, but then look back.
The unfamiliar text soon becomes legible in your mind. You still don't know what language it's in, but you understand that these notes are musings on spells that are unfamiliar even to Genasi from the spellbook, The Discoveries. He's speculating on how they might be cast. So it seems like he was trying to deduce how to perhaps put these spells into his own notations to be able to replicate them.
I just roll my eyes and say, it's just dumb wizard notes, guys. Just wizard notes.
I'll kind of roll my eyes, like I also find that dumb. Just sort of awkwardly trying to connect. The candles you said were totally burned down?
They were burned down to their wick, yeah. All the way down.
So, was it maybe a while before someone found his body?
Potentially.
Can I investigate to see if this wax seems old? Is it dusty, or is this still this was freshly burned down?
I would say that you can tell that it is freshly burned down.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm at the table. Did they tell us how long ago this happened?
They said that they found him dead this morning.
This morning, okay.
This lovely Deadwinter day morning.
Can Theod have wandered up the stairs?
Sure. You see, as Theod wanders up the stairs, the sort of conical apex of the tower, a large bed with a feather mattress, several luxurious pelt blankets, a bedside table, a wardrobe, chest of drawers, and a toilet. There's a drift globe that floats above the bed, but it casts no light at this moment. A fireplace that lies dormant. You don't see much out of the ordinary here.
said there was a trunk or a chest?
A wardrobe and a chest of drawers.
I would like to look in the drawers, please.
Cool. You find long johns. There's socks too.
Is there anything under the bed?
Give me an investigation check.
20.
As you're looking under the bed, you don't really find much. Stand up, give a bit of a huff. You notice something in the fabric of the bed top itself. You find several strands of long, blue-black hair. Definitely not the kind that are related to your old Genasi, which, oh, that reminds me, I never put a picture of him. He's the whole reason you guys are all here. You guys have any... That's what you can find in this room. Yeah.
He will take, is it one strand of hair?
There's a couple here.
He will take one of them and wander back down the stairs and just kind of present proudly and just be like, clue, in the bed.
When you were describing the room, did we touch on all the areas you described? I don't quite remember if there's anything else you described that stood out.
There was the corpse. There was the desk. There's windows, doors, a silver table, bookshelves, the safety deposit box above the sapphires. There's the toppled statue near it, the armchairs, and upstairs. That does remind me, there was some stuff on the body that I got to give you guys. That was on me. I was excited for other things. Especially after Leotra pointed this out, the bruised nose, there is clotted blood underneath Genasi's nose, and on his right sleeve, smeared blood stains. And next to the smeared blood stains on the keeper's tunic are blotches of midnight blue ink. And then Theod, you and Leotra would notice the left forefinger of the keeper's hand is blackened, as is the center of his lip. It's darker than the ink used by the keeper. You'd be able to tell that much. You'd also notice blackening on the tip of the keeper's tongue and a chip on one of the keeper's front teeth. And the jagged edge on the tooth suggests a recent accident. And then Aleatra, from your earlier investigation, you would notice that there is the impression of a chain on the back and side of the corpse's neck, and 2 broken lead chain links underneath it.
Someone ripped a necklace off him.
Seems so.
Can I investigate the statue?
Of course.
Also, I know I'm doing a lot of investigation. I just don't want to waste my advantage in my.
I've only got so many minutes with this spell.
Yeah.
If
I mean,
anyone,
it lasts for an hour, I think, but I don't know
Yeah.
how long we're going to be in here. So
and other people, feel free to jump in if you've got things you want to do as well.
I have a couple things whenever we're done with the statue.
Sure. And you're also, as always, welcome to jump into any other scenes as well, and we can always cover back things. So the statue, near the 2 armchairs and the tea table, is a 3-foot-tall marble statue, a hooded, bearded old man with a candle aloft in his right hand. If anyone wants to roll a religion check, seeing this, you're welcome to do so.
I have a question about one of my class features.
Yes.
If I take the study action,
Uh-huh.
I can use survival to make arcana and religion checks. So is this a situation where I can use survival? I'm all about fighting mages. So I think that's why.
I'm going to say no on this one just because it is more religion based rather than a sort of like trying to discern something. This is calling upon, more established history, rather than like the study action like in combat where you're like trying to piece together things at the sort of adrenaline rush. That's enough. So, unfortunately, Ellerine, that is a failure, but Eliatra, Harhar, Lara, you all would recognize this as Denier, god of writing. He is known to be the scribe of Ogma, as a lesser deity. But the you would know. Oh, I was just gonna give you one more thing. You would notice that the statue and the pedestal aren't really damaged in any way.
Okay. I was gonna say, Ellerine, do you have guidance?
Sure, I can guide you. What are we doing?
I was just asking if you have guidance as a cantrip.
Yes.
That could give us extra d4s to our rolls. For...
As Tadric kind of sees you all looking over the, or whoever's investigating the statue, sort of calls out, that wasn't part of the crime scene. Great reader, Aloy, Ethermore knocked that over in shock. He visited the chamber here, said he came to speak to the keeper about some important business.
There's a couple of things that Lara would be looking for specifically.
Let's go for it.
Continues the search. She wants to look, aside from like the toppled over chair, does it look, or is there any signs of like a struggle? Did he put up a fight when whoever was here was here?
Besides the busted nose and the chipped tooth, go ahead, roll me an investigation check.
That's a 4.
Uh, besides the more physical aspects that you'd seen that kind of can be pointed out by your companions, I don't believe the only one I think that might hide anything would be Theod, and so far he has shared his clue that he has found. You would notice that the leather upholstery of one of the armchairs has suffered 3 roughly circular impact marks, 2 of which have created a hole in the actual chair backing.
Can I tell what might have made those marks?
With how precise they are, magic of some sort, definitely.
Okay. The other thing I'd be looking for as I move about the room, and I'm not expecting to find anything, but was a weapon discarded hastily underneath something or behind something, or is there
Roll an
little blood
investigation.
drippings leading in a direction? I know there wasn't splatter, but maybe it dripped from the weapon. That's an 11.
No blood drips, no weapon.
Can I walk upstairs to see if there's anything else to notice up there?
You'd get nothing different than what.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just awkwardly walk back down, and just sort of give a thumbs up. Good clue.
Can I ask, like, just kind of like roll up to him and be like, so, who has blue-black hair in this lovely place? It's beautiful hair, and I would really, really just love to know who I can talk to about it.
You think I know the names of
Please.
there's over 200 people here. So, the only person I could think of with that color hair would have any reason to be would be Sylvia.
Well, and what does Sylvia do?
She's a prime expert on, I believe it's the different planar travels and ongoings.
She's an expert, all right.
Well, she's a great reader. It's kind of top of her
Yes.
class.
So I've heard. Top, yeah. hmm Thank
He
you
just
so much.
rolls his eyes at that.
You said there was like a silver table?
Yes, the tea table. Yep.
Tea table.
Tea table, silver
I'd like
table.
to investigate the tea table.
Um, the silver table currently holds no tea, but instead has a finely carved ebony wood pipe, and you can smell the sort of cherry flavored tobacco that is accompanying it.
Gross. Okay. Uh, is there anything else to investigate in this room that we didn't investigate?
All right. There are the bookshelves. There's the actual safety deposit box, not just the sapphires beneath it. And yeah, I believe that is it in this room with the button.
Okay.
I'm the bookshelves.
Yeah, let's do the bookshelves.
Theod's going for the safety deposit box. He has taken the hair and he said, "Mine. More upstairs."
All right. So um, there's a lot of bookshelves. This guy, he's an old wizard. All right, man's got a lot of books. But each of the shelves here, the books are beautifully bound. They seem to be priceless tomes. There's one that you can see is devoted to spell books, and is trying to open it is just a headache. And I want you to roll for me a D100.
Who's you?
Whoever is investigating the bookshelves.
I think we both were.
Whoever is
Let's do it.
investigating the bookshelves is rolling a D100.
28.
How would I do that in D&D Beyond?
Yes.
What
If you look in the lower right-hand corner, I believe it is, there's a little like D20 in a circle. You press on that, and it pulls up your miscellaneous dice. I can show you. Um, should be able to see it on
Yeah, okay.
there.
100. It took me a hot minute to find that. Okay.
All right. Neither of you have to worry about anything. I will ask for then investigation checks from both of you as well. That's gonna be Eliatra. You find underneath one of the bookshelves an ornate silver button. It looks to be covered in dust from being under the bookshelves. But It's easy enough to clean off, and you can see there's a strange creature that has been carved into it.
Would I know what that creature is?
Would you like to make a nature check?
Yeah.
Go for it. Nature is also an intelligence if you want to roll with advantage.
Oh, is it?
Hmm.
Huh. I would have guessed that was wisdom, but okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, that was worse.
Yeah, you don't know what this is. It's just a strange creature. You've never seen one.
Har, do you know what this is? This weird thing?
It's pretty.
True.
If Harhar would like to make a nature check, you're welcome to do so as well.
I would love to. Ooh.
Ooh.
Harhar does know what this is. It's, it's a little strange to see it on a button in such a way, but you're certain that it's a closet.
Oh my gosh. When I was in college, we had this warlock that was with us, and they had a closet, and I'm pretty sure it's one of those cute, ugly little things.
Cute, ugly little things?
Yeah, they're really cute, but they're really ugly at the same time.
Okay.
And they're like this big. And you should not get your hands close to their mouth. They bite.
Do you think we should push this button?
It's more of a button that you would see on
Like a shirt button.
yeah, shirt button.
Well, I thought you meant it.
It's not a press
Gotcha.
button.
I thought it was like press the button and the closet comes out.
I think that
Big
you
red
should
shiny
hide
button.
it from fear. That's
Yeah.
what I think.
Let's not tell him about this.
Okay. Secrets.
I'm attempting to whisper this so he does not hear. Okay. I feel like I wouldn't go look at the safety deposit box because I'd already looked at the stuff that spilled out of it, and I kind of missed that. So,
But I do know someone is looking at the safety deposit box.
yeah.
It's embedded into the stone wall, is what you would notice first. Yeah. The door is open, and of course, in front of it, the open safe are the several empty pouches, the scattering of sapphires, rolled up scraps of parchment. But you would notice, as you peek into the actual safety deposit box, there are 4 more closed pouches. A quick inspection, you feel that they have their sapphires still within them. You'd also see, aside from the pouches, there are a pair of crystal lenses, an ivory container, a silver statuette of a raven, and 2 potions. Another pouch, larger than the other 4 that you had seen, a bag of 1,000 platinum pieces, and a bag of 1,000 gold pieces. And then a vial half filled with white dust.
Can I look in the 4 small pouches?
Yeah. The 4 small pouches have not only the sapphire but scraps of parchment along their drawstrings, each with the name of a book.
Anything of note?
No, not really. Do you want to roll an Arcana check?
Yeah,
Yeah, go for it.
21.
21. As you look at the pouches and you see the parchment and the sapphire, something comes to your mind. Sapphires are typically a material component for the spell Drumage's instant summons. Um, Perhaps this is some sort of variation uh, of that spell going on here.
Okay, what about the other big pouch?
The other big pouch has 5 really big diamonds in it. I would say a thief like yourself could guess that they're usually worth 5,000 apiece.
Theod's gonna look back towards the door at the guy that's standing there.
Theod's watching. He's got an eye. Or Theod, not Theod. Tadric.
Like, is there eye contact?
Is you look around and he notices that your head is turned, like his head turns and there's eye contact, yeah.
Theod will slowly turn back to the safe. Can you look at those glasses?
Yeah, they're... Yeah.
Look through them.
They're a little hazy to see for a bit, as they are... Hold on, actually. They're a bit hazy as you look out at a larger distance, but you would notice that as you bring it up for like really close objects, makes them crystal clear. Looks like this guy was farsighted.
You hear a lot of like grumbling, like, coming from over where Theod is. He's gonna kind of waddle back to the group and just kind of announce, "Gems, summoning spell."
If there's nothing else for us to necessarily investigate before we leave the room and I talk to the cat, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic because it'll drop my concentration on enhance ability. I realize there's going to be a lot of magic going on in this room, but like if there's anything that stands out to me as like weird, and I'm not a wizard, but just like maybe on the body or
So the first thing that you notice is that the spattering of books on the shelves, half of them are, pinging with like abjuration magic. On the body, there are 3 pings of magic items, all seeming to be rings. The glasses that Theod had been messing with also ping as magical. And I think that's the only magic that we've got in here.
Okay. I imagine I wouldn't recognize like what the spells were probably because I'm not a wizard. Or would I know?
So, able to now detect the sort of magic that are on the rings. You would notice that Genasi is wearing a ring of protection, and then the other 2 are fairly common magic items known as key rings. They're keys that you wear as rings.
Gotcha. Okay. So no like nefarious magic going on that's lingering, at least here.
Nope.
I'm also going to look at Theod, and I speak Goblin, which I specifically picked because I thought that this would be funny. And I'm going to ask him in Goblin, did you take anything from the safe?
No. Rules.
Okay.
I'm happy to make a persuasion check. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's
Sure.
a 7. You do with that what you want.
I think I kind of eye him like I don't fully believe him, but I'm not going to press him on it. Because, like, especially in front of the guard, like, that would be stupid. So, but I just kind of look at him like...
He does keep looking back at that safe, though.
Oh yeah, the 2 potions that are in the safe and the vial full of white dust also ping as magical.
Oh, is it like a spell component? Like diamond dust or something?
It doesn't look like diamond dust.
Cocaine?
That's what I was gonna say. It's coke.
His nose was all irritated, you know?
That's why he was crying so much.
Yeah. Fabrunian magic cocaine.
It's just a drug deal gone bad.
Did the circular holes and indentations in the armchair ping as having any magical residue?
It was made by magic, but magic
it
doesn't linger like that. At least not on this one.
No. The blackened bits on him, his finger and his lip and his tongue.
Don't ping as magical.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to the cat. So I'm gonna have to recast Speak with Animals. I'm using up all my spell slots today.
We haven't even had our first long rest.
Listen, I still have one level 1 and one level 2 left, okay?
Alright, so...
I have some stuff I can cast per day, too, that doesn't use spell slots, so...
So it's easy enough to go back to Queenie. The
Yeah.
sleek gray cat.
Hi, Queenie. I'm gonna ask her who's all been in and out of that room today. Or in the last 24 hours.
There have been a few cycles. We had the first hunt, first nap, first prowl. There have been quite a few two-leggers. There was the clumsy two-legger gives the best tickles. And as she says this, she sort of reaches out.
Yeah. I give her obligatory payment of tickles and scritches, for sure. The clumsy one, you said?
Yes. He is the one that spends the time in my napping chamber. Had so many two-leggers coming in during the last few cycles.
Yeah. Do you know, did you see there was a body in there?
I have not gone into my napping chamber. It's too busy. And she sits up and starts licking her paw.
Okay. I'm gonna sort of look over my shoulder at everyone because, like, she's right outside the door, basically. It sounded like, and ask if there's anything you guys want me to ask her.
Did anything disturb her napping?
I'm gonna pass these questions on directly.
The steps of the two-leggers. There was a the tall two-legger come in early in the morning. And the heavy two-legger afterwards. It clinks when you walks. Not good for hunting. And the feeding lady came by. And so I went with the feeding lady.
Who's the feeding? Like she feeds you? You mean? Or
Yes, though the milk in my saucer is rarely as warm as it should be.
tragic? I give her like a very like that sucks kind of.
And she like leans into like all the scritches that you're probably giving to her throughout this.
Yeah.
But the feeding lady knows how to meow properly, like you, so I tolerate her. Even if her tickles are only average.
I love this cat. Okay. Is there anything else you guys want me to ask? Well, did you hear any strange noises in there? You said you heard a lot of people walking around, but was there any loud noises or strange, like something out of the ordinary?
The horned two-legger came by and woke me from my nap a few cycles back. She left after I did. I didn't want any more devilry. She came back later on, but she didn't smell right.
The horned. Is she red or green? The horned one that you're talking about. Basically, I'm trying to see if she's talking about Alchrist or Bookworm, or a different person.
I need to check something.
I think Brent and Caitlin know who the cat's talking about, but Lara doesn't.
Same with Har.
Are you checking what colors cats can see?
Yes.
I think they see greens the best.
Yeah, they've got red-green color blindness.
Oh no. Those are the exact colors I asked.
I don't know what these colors you asked are. She's not as vibrant as other people.
One of them. Okay. Thank you so much for answering my questions, Queenie.
You can come back. You give good scratches and meow properly. A good tickler. So, I think...
All right, I'm done. I feel like I've taken up enough airtime.
I think with our investigations handled here, I believe you've turned every corner you could, that we can all reconvene And whether you will stay here in this room with Patrick or reconvene elsewhere, Fembris, of course, able to guide you. You'll be able to put your heads together and see what deductions can be made. But I will say we will save those conversations and rules for our next session.